All right, guys, I want to welcome you to the Do Work Podcast. The Do Work Podcast is a weekly podcast where we discuss all things motivation, mindset, entrepreneurship, and how to become the best version of yourself possible. And today is no different. This is day 27 of our motivation and mindfulness series. And the topic for day 27 is meditate. Now, interestingly enough, I'm sitting here, I have my hood up. I don't know. For you people listening, don't worry, I look absolutely nuts. But I was talking to a friend and I said, I think I'm going to film this episode with the camera off because for me, meditation is so deep. Even as I start to really speak about it sometimes, I close my eyes and talk about it. And I was like, nobody wants to see me close my eyes and talk about it. So I don't know if we'll use this video. I don't know, but we're going to shoot the episode. So this is what's happening. Okay. So it's day 27. And I wanted to talk about meditation. And I'm probably going to talk to you a lot with my eyes closed just because it's very internal and I'm visualizing as I'm doing this. So just rock with me. Um, I want to say this. Meditation is not just sitting and chanting Om. There are tons of ways to meditate and get into a meditative state. Um, yes, meditation happens through stillness. It happens through creating a definite point of focus. It happens, which is my favorite way to meditate, which is movement meditation. Um, and we'll definitely talk a lot about that later. But I want to talk about the importance of it, why we should do it. So, when I've been super stressed, and it's funny because I'll say the past month or so, I have been like, it's been sheer insanity. All for good reason, but sheer insanity. And even with me in my head, keeping up with the pace and tempo of things, you start to feel uh, disheveled, disconnected, and things of that nature. And I realized the reason I was starting to feel that way was that my meditation practice had fell to the side. In the Do Work method, I talk a lot about how meditation is one of the core principles of your morning routine. And the last 2 months, my morning routine has not had that. And that really made me take a step back and realize, like, yo, Dee, you need to get back on your meditation because that's why things are not in alignment. So I'll tell you what meditation looks like for me. So I have several songs that I listen to. Easy listening, just mellow, little words, because I want to start by just focusing on my breath. I want to focus on relaxing my body, all the extremities of my body. Yes, I do sit cross-legged most times. Other times I may just lay down in what's called an active rest position, where you lay down on your back, but your knees are up and your feet are flat on the floor, and you're laying down and your arms are by your side and your palms are open because you're going to receive all the energy um, that is coming to you, the energy, the good energy that you would like to harvest. Okay. So I have a playlist of songs that are like literally just songs I meditate to. I have ones that are shorter, I have ones that are longer. Um, I've heard different people say, especially those who like really like meditate, those cats that can sit there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. God bless them. But I've had people say 5 minutes of meditation is a waste because it doesn't get you into a meditative state. But the thing is this, when we look at 5 minutes of meditation, what it is starting to instill the habit of stillness. And it starts with you being able to be still, which in a world like this, where it's so important because all we do is we go, 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 go. Like when are we still? When are we stationary? When are we taking a minute to connect with ourselves and the breath? Like, when does that happen? And it only happens if we make time for it to happen. Meditation is your place to make that happen. Now, your meditation can be more of a space for you to just breathe, or as people say, empty your thoughts, which, is impossible to do. You're always going to be thinking about something. But you can use that opportunity to think about more positive things, more kind things, really putting that good energy back into your body. We all know energy exchange is real. Energy cannot be destroyed. It just transforms from one form to another. Meditation becomes a place of grounding. It's a place where you really get to connect with your maker, yourself, whatever that is for you. When I'm on my meditation game, it definitely makes a difference. And now that I'm sitting here recording this episode, I realize I have not been on my meditation game, which is why I feel like it's a big whirlwind. So I'm going to be better about it. Also, what I'm going to do on my Spotify playlist for you guys, I'm going to release my meditation mix, the songs that I listen to. Now, some of them are, like I said, very vibey, trippy, just breathe, listen, and groove. Some of them are songs that have more energy, more upbeat, but help shift your energy and your focus. Now, the one thing I will suggest, if you can, is to do more of a stationary version of meditation, like I said, because we're so active, we're always going. And the hardest thing for us to do is be still and learn to be still. Then there's movement meditation. Now, movement meditation is interesting because the meditative part comes through repetition. So I have a degree in dance. And when I was in school, and one of the things that was awesome about taking class was repetition, because after you do something for 5-10 minutes, it really does put you into a meditative state. So now, what is movement meditation for me now? Running, rowing, elliptical, anything repetitive where it's not a whole bunch of thinking involved. Why? Because when we meditate, we want to eliminate all the excess thoughts type thing. So even things like boxing for me becomes more of a movement meditation where I am just, there's movement, there is flow, not overly thinking. Again, there's no such thing as totally emptying your head, but just eliminating the excess thoughts. Why should you meditate? Oh man, it's life-changing once you start to do it. And if you're a person who's like, Diva, I can't sit still for 5 minutes, I challenge you to just sit still for one. Start small, because you cannot master the world unless you master your body. It's not possible. It's so not possible. So it's important that when we talk about being motivated and we talk about being mindful, meditation for me comes in both of those sections. If you're not grounded and focused, you can't muster up or garner the energy you need to be motivated. And being more mindful of this practice will allow you to go further, be calmer, and more control of your day. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. So if you haven't, guys, I know, see, I'm even talking different right now. Like, it's a different vibe. Speaking different. Ooh. So if you haven't, guys, make sure to subscribe to the Do Work Podcast, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. I'm also going to put my meditation playlist on my Spotify account. So I'll have that up for you guys as well, so you can check it out. Listen to the songs. If something works for you, great. If not, find something that works for you. Some people like to meditate to oceans and trees and birds. Sometimes I do too. Other times I don't. So I have my own playlist, but that's done. And I encourage you to add just some form of meditation into your practice, because the more you do it, the better. And like I said, from personal experience, when I don't do it, it's chaotic. And the last 2 months have been chaotic, and it's because I have not been doing it consistently. So I'm going to step up my game. I want you to step up your game and get on it. Again, we talk about this in the Do Work method, my coaching program, all the time. Is really a huge component in the program when it comes to helping you develop your own life strategies. All right. Thank you for tuning into the Do Work Podcast. Do Work Podcast is a weekly podcast where we discuss all things motivation, mindset, mindfulness, and just living your best life possible on your terms. Yo, my camera is reacting to the hands like crazy. If you haven't, again, subscribe on all platforms. And remember, guys, when we talk about getting into this and the benefits of this, remember one thing and one thing early. One thing and one thing only. That nothing changes unless you do. Nothing changes unless you do the work. Let's go.